Welcome back to the Real Estate Real Success Spotlight series. Today I'm excited to feature Alexis Glackin from Century 21 Maximum in Red Deer, Alberta. Since she started her career at Century 21 in 2021, Alexis has become one of Central Alberta's top realtors, earning Grand CENTURION Producer status. She's number 16 in Canada in units by 2024, and she was in the top 1% nationally and in the top 21 producer by production for the first half of 2025. Alexis is going to share her path to success, her strategies for creating an unbeatable client experience, and how being proudly local fuels her passion for real estate in Central Alberta. Thank you for being with us, Alexis.
Yes, thanks for having me.
That is quite a laundry list of things that you have accomplished. You've only been in the industry for 4 years.
Yeah, I did have a background. I did actually start as an assistant for a brokerage. So I do feel like that really did give me the upper hand of kind of seeing what it looked like to be a realtor. So I kind of had that going into getting my license, which I do think really, really helped me kind of prepare for the chaos of real estate.
And hit the ground running. So
Yeah.
did you get into real estate as an assistant by coincidence, or is this something you sought out?
No, it was just coincidence. I was only 20 when I took my job as being an assistant. So it was very much just like a job out of high school, kind of just to work. And then over a couple of years, I just fell in love with it. And I think the biggest part of it was the client relationships. Like I was in charge of a lot of that as an assistant. And I just said, what if I carried this through, but as a realtor and kind of kept these same kind of roles? And that's what I've kind of done. And I think that's a big part of my success is my client relationships.
Absolutely. It's a relationship-based business. There is no
Absolutely.
technology
Yeah.
that can replace that.
Yeah.
So, did you choose Century 21 because of your experience as an assistant?
Yeah. Like when I had actually kind of was like, I want to be at one of the bigger brokerages. That was like the number one thing. So I actually did go and meet with every single one in Central Alberta, which there were three that I sat down with. And it was just so clear to me after meeting with my brokers, Dale and Tara. I had actually said that I was going to go elsewhere, was actually getting signs made. And then I met with Dale and Tara and I was like, pump the brakes. I'm actually going to go with Century 21 and haven't looked back.
Good call, because both of them are so great.
They're incredible. Yeah.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
So what are some of the challenges that you face being in a smaller market like Red Deer, and how do you turn those into opportunities?
It's hard breaking into this industry because we do have a lot of realtors, but we're not a huge city. Like Red Deer alone, where I'm primarily based out of, is only about 100,000 people. So it was hard to break into, especially because I was a younger realtor. But coming into it, it's basically like, showing what that experience can be like for my clients, getting those really good reviews. It kind of just spitballed into being not only my age category of who I was helping, but then kind of helping now their parents, their grandparents, and then referrals based off of that. And that's how my business has been built, is simply off of referrals.
And do you find that most of your business now is referral based?
100%. Yeah, I don't use any lead gen system actually at all. It's all just word of mouth and through referrals and from my reviews.
That goes to show what excellent service that you
Thank you.
give. Now, why are you proud to be part of your local community? And we've done entire campaigns around Proudly Local and the
Yeah.
benefits of local expertise.
Yeah.
Why are you proud to be part of your local community?
I'm so passionate about everything being local. Like I'm actually born and raised in Red Deer. And so it's very, very important to me. And I'm a huge believer in social media. So my big thing is really giving shout outs and spotlights to our local businesses that surround us. And I think that that's been a really, really good thing for my business as well. And we do give back to our community. So that's a big part. Like my husband's also a realtor with me. So we make that a big focus of ours quarterly as to what our goals are going to be into giving back. And people see that. So especially when we are a smaller city, that goes a long ways. So it's really, really important. I think having a brand like Century 21 Canada is that actually does mean something. And I think when I was younger, I probably didn't recognize that. But I just recently helped a 92-year-old that sold his house that he built in the 1980s. And it was a very emotional sale. But he said to me multiple times that it did make a difference to him that I was with Century 21. because he had known what they had kind of done for the community and just like been around. So that was kind of good to hear, because so many times people are like, oh, does it really matter what brokerage you're at or who you're under? And it does. Like, it will catch up to you there. So
Yeah. And Dale is so wonderful and such a big part of the Red Deer community
oh my
that,
goodness, yes.
yeah.
And I think that helps too. Like, everywhere I go and I'm like, oh, I work at Century 21 Maximum, they're like, oh, Dale or Tara or whatever. And like,
Yeah.
we actually had our team barbecue yesterday, and it's just so fun working with people that you thoroughly enjoy spending time with. So yeah, they're so great.
Good.
Yeah.
So in the last 4 years, you've been
Yeah.
named Grand CENTURION Producer, you're top
Mhm.
1%, you're nationally ranked.
Yeah.
Do these accomplishments and rankings mean something to you, and how do you use them in your business?
Oh, I think they mean a lot to me. I think it's just to show that you can continue to improve. And it's almost like, I love our system and how we can kind of see where we're at tracking wise and things like that. It's just the greatest motivation in the world. And people are now like, they're excited to see my success. So like my social media following stuff, they want me to update. Like, they know that we get these quarterly awards, outstanding achievements and stuff like that. So people honestly, like, they start to look forward to it, and they're following up with it. Like, oh, how are you doing? Like, when I got my, when they just came out and said that I was 15 for units across Canada, I was like, wow, that's an improvement, because last year I finished at 16. So if I can kind of keep that going, that's only going to motivate me to do that little bit better. So yeah, I absolutely think that it helps improve and motivate me.
We have had the #1 producer in the world
Yes.
from Red Deer.
Yes,
So
Gavin. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Gavin did that. So
yeah,
pretty incredible.
yeah, it
So you
absolutely
talked a
is.
little bit about your marketing, social
Yeah,
media, community events. You said you don't use any lead nurturing.
no.
What are the tools and things that you find are really, really valuable?
I think showing glimpses of our lives. Like, I think that's always the number one thing. I actually presented at our brokerage a couple weeks ago about that, and just how real estate from the outside looks so easy. Like, it looks like it's, you just sell houses and it's pretty simple, but there's so much more to it. So I think showing people glimpses of kind of what our day-to-day life looks like and some behind the scenes has really helped. It helps my involvement on my social media, which we all know social media can be such a pivotal point of your business. So by doing that, I'm having a lot of people responding to me, liking things, interacting with my social media page, which then just spitballs into earning business, because it's making my pages then getting out there to so many more people, right? So I think that's a big thing, sharing my successes on there, but in a humble way, right? But it's things like that, letting people kind of in and know, and it not just be just automated post. I don't like, I love Century 21 Canvas posts. I love the local posts that we came out with when we were at conference when you guys had announced doing those. I loved those. But kind of almost creating a brand for you and sticking with that. So when people look at my social media, it looks very similar, but yet it's filled with information, yet a little glimpses of my personal life as well.
Right. We see you at conferences and events.
Yeah.
How does that help your business?
Oh, conferences are massive. Like, I'm already so excited for 2026 in Vancouver. But the relationships, the first one is almost nerve-wracking to go to. And I feel like I just like hid behind Dale and Tara. But then breaking out and starting to meet people and stuff like that. Like, I got 2 referrals from some of our referral partners in Calgary that I met at conference that we have such great relationships with now. So I think that goes such a long ways. And just hearing and understanding what other people's and industries are looking like what it looks like in Ontario at that time, what it looks like in Vancouver, and actually getting to speak to you guys about it versus it just being looking at a news article. I think conferences are 100% worth it. We were at our barbecue yesterday. We were really encouraging as many people as we could to go, because especially for people starting out, I think that there's a huge opportunity there for people starting out in the business and those client relationships that they can build between the referral partners.
And if you book now, there are still hotel rooms available in our room.
Yes. We were saying, like, the rate that we get for those hotels and where it is, that's incredible.
I know. And
Yeah.
I was trying to tell people at the last conference, and I'm like, they don't realize how good that rate is.
No, not at
So,
all for that location. Yeah.
yeah. So if you were just starting out in real estate now,
Yeah.
what advice would you give someone to jumpstart their career in a similar way that yours did?
I think not giving up. Like, I think it's really hard. I mean, there's a reason it's one of the highest turnover careers, is because it is hard to break into, but sticking with it and being confident in what you're offering. Like it really does only take those couple really good transactions that with good reviews that can really start to build your business. And that's how mine started. It's not like I started out selling tons of houses, but my client relationships were so strong that they're going to work and they had such a great experience that they're telling everyone there. That's huge for your business. And I make it so it's an experience that they remember. So make it that on their possession day gift. I get all of my possession gifts are locally sourced. So every single one I partner with somebody, and so that they know this, I'm like giving back to the community and they're getting something from where they're buying or selling. And so that also helps. Like it's that lasting impression. And I think a lot of agents don't just give them a card and say thank you. Go out of your way to actually show that you are trying to build something as a gift for them that they're going to remember forever. And I think that that's a big thing. People start sharing the gifts that I gave them on social media, things like that. People see it and they want that experience for themselves.